All right, hey guys, what's going on? My name's Chris Hawkes. This is your best life defined. So, we've been going through a lot. I hope you're doing well. I don't know, sometimes I just rush into this thing and I get into this lecture mode and I start talking about this, talking about that, and sometimes I forget that I'm talking to you. So, I want to take a minute and ask you how you're doing. I hope your life is going well. I hope you have not suffered any hardships. I know there are those of you who have. It just seems to be unavoidable. I think with faith we can get through this. I think with a little bit of confidence and this is those opportunities when we get to look inside ourselves and we can see things that we never noticed before. I mean, like I opened the windows on this. I have blinds on this here RV, and I opened them up and I realized, wow, there's a lot of light out there. Normally the sun's shining in too bright, and I can't do that. So I'm actually feeling pretty good about it. It's beautiful outside. It's actually overcast. I was thinking about COVID-19. COVID-19 is a mess. I don't care if you believe it or you don't believe it. It's whatever has happened in this country has happened, and it's getting ready to create a whole lot of heartache for a whole lot of people. And I don't think we can avoid that. And I think even before COVID-19 hit, we were headed towards a crash anyway, because I'm a people watcher. I kind of watch people and I try and read what people are thinking, because when you look at a person's face, it'll tell a story. I'm not the most jovial person. I suppose I should be happier about this thing, but sometimes it pisses you off when you see people who are happy and you don't have any reason to smile. And right now, there are a lot of blessings. We all have a lot of blessings we can count, but when it really comes down to it, I haven't seen a lot of people smiling in a long time. And I think of all the things that have gone on that I focused in on, I just hate it. I'm kind of I'm a little bit of a flirt. I like smiling at people and saying hi. I'll even flirt with men. I mean, not in the same way, but, I'll smile at them and engage them and listen intently and give them value and make sure that they're heard. And it's just kind of a fun thing to do. And when you're walking through the store and you see someone and your eyes meet and you smile, it's almost inevitable they'll smile back. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. And that's one of the things I miss. I mean, the masks and all that. I'm going to come up with an idea. Maybe I'll get a marker and draw a smile on my face, on my mask, just so people know I'm smiling, because most of the time I am. Even though putting a mask on doesn't really make me feel like smiling. I'm not sure if it's the mask or it's the reason why. Can you believe it? 2020 and we're in this mess. The other thing I miss a handshake. Ever since I was tall enough or old enough to understand what a handshake was, I remember my dad, shake his hand, boy. Shake his hand. And there I am, 5 years old, shaking a man's hand. How you doing? Just kind of one of those standards. It's a standard of trust. And it's funny as you don't realize how important it is until it's gone. I'm over this morning. I went out for a walk this morning. I'm working on this stuff before I show up every day to do what I do. And I go out for a walk and I'm starved for attention. I didn't realize how it would impact me, but I really want to be able to talk to people. I want to have a story. That's why I keep showing up here. I think partly this is like my pop-off plug on a pressure cooker. There's all these ideas cooking in my head. And then I wake up and I'm like, what am I going to do with it? What am I going to do with it? Podcast. Okay. See, I want the entire world to listen to this podcast. No bullshit. I want the entire world. I want to be the number one podcaster in the world. Chances are I'm not going to be. I'm going to keep working at it like I am. I'm going to keep working at it like it's just around the corner. But the truth is, I'm not sure how many people are ready for what I have to say. And actually, to be honest with you, I'm not sure if I'm ready for what I have to say. I mean, this is kind of an interesting podcast. I miss your smile. I do. When's the last time you got to see someone you didn't know smile? The sad part about it is when you're thinking about going through your day, the sad part about it is we travel all over the country, and we've traveled since COVID-19 hit. And what's sad about it is the fact that COVID-19 has created this distance between people that they don't want to talk. It's like everyone has the virus. They could have the virus. Well, just so you know, there's still protocols. There's still protocol for how you can engage a person without getting them infected. Distance. I stood outside here today and I talked to a lady at about 10 feet apart, maybe even farther than that. Had to speak up a little bit. It wasn't quite as personal as a close-up conversation, but I told her, I says, Barb, nice to meet you. How are you? She kind of smiled. She wasn't sure at first. Older gal. Well, as it turned out, by the time the conversation was over, she had shared with me that she's a cancer survivor. She was explaining why her hair was so short. She was kind of out of wits with her hair because her hair was short, and seemed to be a little bit embarrassed by that. And I embraced where she was at. I jumped out and said, "You look lovely. I understand. I haven't ever had cancer, but I've had bad hair days, so I get it." But it was a wonderful conversation. I think we have to be careful. I think we have to be careful in all this, because without that smile, it doesn't remind us that there are people just like us who are able to find it, who are able to see the light in the darkness. Because that's what this is. The lights have come down on our world. The lights have come down to the point that we can't just be how we used to be anymore. And to cover our faces, I just throw my mask on, cover my face, and for you not to be able to see me. It's like, kind of takes something away from it. So here's what I suggest for you. In moving forward in your day, and no matter what happens, find a reason to smile. Find a reason to smile and stand back. And when you're looking across the room and you make eye contact with someone, it's okay. Pull the mask down. Smile. Let them know that you're okay, that you're thinking, because we're losing our connection to that. We're losing our connection to who we are. And I think that's been happening for quite a few years. When you think about it, who do you really hate? What justification do any of us have to alienate ourselves from someone who has a different view than us? See, I don't care who you are. There are things we want. We all want the same thing. We want happy, healthy families. We don't want to struggle. We want to have enough to eat. We want to be able to just wake up every day and enjoy the moments that we have. So how does that happen that we spend a lot of our time engaged in activities that don't make us smile? I mean, even now, I look at it, even now, even before COVID-19, all this political ugliness. I mean, I guess my thing is I just don't get it. I see those people up there. I see those people standing on their stages saying, "Look at me, look what I'll do for you." But the reality is, it doesn't matter what happens in the next 4 years. Your life, I guarantee, your life will not be any better. And if your life is better, it's not going to be because of anything anyone else has done. It's going to be because of what you have done. My life's going to be better. I guarantee in a year from now, my life will be way better because I will have exceeded my goal on this podcast. I'm sure my first book will be published. And we will hopefully be able to say that we spent the winter in some amazing place that we haven't been able to spend time in. Maybe it's South Texas, maybe the Keys in Florida. That's our dream. That's the direction we're headed. And it makes me smile. I mean, yeah, that's a reason to smile. Now, I miss that. I miss it. I miss walking down the street, being able to pause and say, "Hey, how are you doing?" And maybe, is that what it takes? How are you doing? How are we doing as a society? Well, I don't know. Well, before the mask came, it wasn't looking good for me. I wasn't sitting there going, "Oh yeah, look at this, how great it is." Me and my wife, we walked through Destin, Florida, and there are people in RV parks who appear to be living their dream life. They are retired, they're older, they're in a beautiful place to spend the winter, they have a really nice home. But when you look at their faces, they're not smiling. What's the equation there? What is the key for that? Well, for me, it's inner joy. Now, you don't see a lot of smiling on this podcast. I tend not to joke around with this because I think it's serious. I think it's important. I could joke around, say, "Well, yeah, you're not doing that good, but that's okay." I miss your smile. Miss that genuine smile, that genuine, that comes from that feeling inside yourself where you feel that true joy. You feel a sense of satisfaction and contentment. That's where smiles come from. But it has to start somewhere. It's like achieving goals. It's like any other thing you do. In order for you to experience that, you have to experience it. And once you get a taste of it, that's when you want more of it. It's kind of like eating candy. Sandy, she can't eat any sweets because if she eats sweets, she'll eat sweets. Well, finding these amazing feelings within ourselves, this desire to feel joy and contentment in our life, it comes out when we search it out. It starts with searching it out, finding that nugget of happiness that makes you go, all right, I got this. Yeah, I'm a podcaster. I got this. I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do it right. I'm going to stop judging myself. I'm going to stop feeling so bad about it. I'm going to find the nugget in it. Right now, even as I say this, I'm finding the nugget. You see the smile? It's because I realize it doesn't matter. Maybe you're not ready for this message. Maybe you're not ready to look at your life that way. Maybe you don't have the stomach to open yourself up and say, okay, who am I really and what are my triggers and what causes me to feel the way I do? Why am I so angry? Why am I so frustrated? Maybe it starts with a smile. It starts with a smile. Maybe all you need to do is take a minute and go, okay, I got to find something that makes me smile. I got to find something that makes me smile. You know what makes me smile? This makes me smile. Just the idea that while you're listening to this podcast, you might actually be smiling, because guess what? No matter how bad it is, it can always be worse. And no matter how bad it is, you can focus on something better. You can smile about how good it can be. What? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, listen, it's true. Honestly, I do. I wake up every day and I look at our lives and I look at what I can do and what I can give you, and it does make me smile. I'm out there walking that field, doing my thing, getting ready for something like this, knowing that there's some point in this when you're going to pick it up. There's some point in this when you're going to say, you know what, he talks a lot, but he's right. I need to smile more. I have my beautiful daughter, my beautiful son. I have my beautiful wife, my beautiful husband, my partner. That person I can count on no matter what. And even if I am going to face some hard times, even if I am going to face some struggle, there's still plenty of things to smile about. Let me see you smile. Stand across that room. Pull that mask down. Go, hey. And I know there are medical professionals who say, don't pull the mask down. No, I think a smile is good medicine right now. I think us connecting on that level and just letting that person that we can't really see behind that mask know that, you know what, I see you. I see you. I see your struggle. I see that you're right there with me. And I'm willing to show you my belly. I'm going to smile at you. I'm going to say, hey, I'm smiling. It'll make it better. Is it the answer to everyone's problems? Is it the answer to the world? Of course not. But maybe we can start there. Shut down all this ugliness, shut down all this hate and discontent. Find a platform of kindness and just wake up and go, you know what, it's okay. Hey, I'm smiling. Under this mask, I'm smiling, because no matter how bad it is, it can always be worse. And no matter how bad it is, you are one choice away from making it better. So I hope you pick it up. I hope you see it. Thank you for following. I really hope you will subscribe to my podcast. I hope you'll stop in at YouTube, even if you're not interested in watching those videos. Give me a subscribe, give me a like, just to let me know you're listening, just to let me know that what I'm saying isn't just falling away in the universe. And I promise it will get better. I promise that it will get better, and if you just continue to pick out the diamonds out of this rough thing I'm trying to create here, you'll find them. And until next time, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.